Hey everyone, Sarah here. Welcome back. Super excited. February currently inked. I know when I did January, I was like, I'm not going to do these monthly. But in January, I just wanted to use up some samples and I needed to ink up again. So I've actually inked up 7 pens. I don't include this one in my currently inked, which is what I do all my headings with. But that's just there. I've put them in here. Sneak peek, y'all. But I don't know, as you go through this, I would be interested to know what you would prefer. Would you prefer that this is pre-done and then we look at the pens here, or the pens are pre-done and I can show you, and then we actually swatch the inks up close? Yeah, I'd be interested to know. So, zoomy. Let's just go straight into it. First pen I have inked up is a Mahjong A1, the striped black. This is my third. Well, actually, in between was a Jinhao, but I got a bad one. But this is like my workhorse pen. And like my first one just absolutely fell apart. But I do really like, I just love the clicky. So this is a Mahjong A1 black stripe with extra fine. And this is actually a mix. I put Kirisami in at first. It was too light, so I took half the Kirisami out and then put some Takasumi in there. So it's just somewhere in between. But that is pen number 1. Whoop, roll off. Next up, call me crazy. I've actually inked up a Shimmer ink, which I could honestly not tell you the last time I did. I stained the barrel of my TWSBI and I was like, okay, well, it's a wet rider, even if it's an extra fine, maybe I can be a bit more adventurous with it. So I have been, and I'll just show you. This is the and this is Witch Hunting from Dream Ink. You can see it starting. I'll show you the swatch. Interesting to see. So this is the Tomoe River. It looks, the undertone looks a lot more blue and it's pools of pink. But it's a nice grey ink with a pink shimmer. The only thing I find with this shimmer, at least in the sample vial, is it really needs to be agitated, like almost like bang the vial on the table. So I don't know, yeah, like it's not that it just settles at the bottom, it's really quite intense. But that's number 2. Number 3, this is a new old stock pen. This is a Yong Wing Sung 827, 1990s old stock. But when I was Googling it and trying to research a bit more, this pattern was actually possibly more common in the 80s, but it was listed as that. So it's a click, it's stiff. I flushed it and just flossed the tines. They might need another floss. It's interesting because it's a clip cap, but there are threads there, but like if you try, it doesn't do anything, right? It has to clip. It's quite thin. That's what the nib looks like, and it's got a sack. But I just loved the look of it, and if you can't tell, I've kind of gone with a bit of a pen theme. So still getting to know this pen, and because I'm getting to know it, I have gone with my trusty trusty favorite. I don't know the nib size as much, so I'll leave that out, but this is a new old stock wing 827, and so that's got KWZ brown pink, which I just have very, very strong feelings for. I don't know, I just think it's a cool retro looking pen. Almost halfway, 7, so can't really. Next up is I haven't done a specific video on this pen, actually. I'll add it. I want to do one on all of my vintage pens, so we will do one on this one. This is an Omar 72 piston filler. Cute little nib there. It's really beautiful. I got this from the Facebook group, Fountain Pens Australia Facebook group. You won't really be able to see it here, but if I go here, so you can get really fine on the up. I'm really enjoying this. And this is inked with Birmingham Pen Company Cherry Blossom. I showed it to one of the people at the Melbourne Pen Meetup. He's kind of known as the Omar Sky. It's Quid Dillick on Instagram. He knows the most about them. He's kind of known for that. He reckons it's from the 80s, just given of everything he knows about them. He has a really beautiful collection. I am really in love with this pen. It's just gorgeous. I didn't kind of include it in my January of when I've been kind of trying to create and write poetry about different pens, and I would just, with the piston, fill it up with a little bit of ink, write something, do another one. So it's gotten a lot of use, but I'm going to stick to one colour for the month. Next up is my Traveller's Company Brass. Still a little bit temperamental, this pen, but I also, for a while, wasn't super kind to it. Like, it's stained, but it seems to be going okay. I'm definitely being more conscious in terms of the ink I put into it. And by that I mean it just does not like chroma shaders, for me, at least my one. So I've put pen BBS, what number is it? 533. Japanese. I'm really enjoying pen BBS inks as well, actually. So that, so far, is happy. So hopefully it stays happy. I'll zoom out at the end to kind of look at all of them. Probably no surprise that I've inked up my Pilot E95S. Someone at the pen meetup brought his collection of vintage Pilots. Oh, gorgeous. So I just love this pen so much. E95S, and with the 14 karat fine, and this is inked with Kobe ink strawberry milk. I wasn't sure, sometimes the dry inks it doesn't love, not saying this is a dry ink, but the lighter, heavily shading can feel like that. But this seems to be going okay. Really interestingly, super different on the paper. Look how pink it is there. Unless I swatched the wrong thing there. I don't think I did. Interesting. Well, that's what we're saying it is. And then last but not least, I actually haven't used this pen in ages. It's the Zero, but it kind of, you pronounce it phonetically it would be Zizo, but it's Zero Phantom. It kind of matched the vibe I was going with. It can just be a bit of a heavier pen. I'll make sure it's writing okay. It's got a fine nib on it. It's a nice pen. I don't know why. I do know why I don't use it as much, just probably because of that weight, but I wanted to give it another go. Black, and this has a fine nib, and I've inked this up with Kitty Ink Pot, a certain love story. So kind of stayed in my happy place of greys and purples, but that's what it looks like for the month. How about, which I'm quite happy about. This is lots of my happy places here. Where are you? You're there, and you're there. That's what it looks like. 7 pens. Really, really excited. I'm just interested in that strawberry milk swatch, if I've done something wrong there. And those are what the swatches look like. I think I'm most excited to get to know the Yong Sheng and see how I go with Shimmer, having not used it for such a long time. And I haven't used many Kobe inks before, so looking at that as well. But then, as I say, this I'm loving already. So like, I'm really excited for every pen here, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to this month. I ended up inking up halfway through January, so probably ended up being like 8 or 9 pens. So, and some of them went full. These are all full. So it would be interesting as well to see if I get through the 7 with full, ink capacity. And I can just see some favourite matches growing already. I'd love to know what you have inked for Feb. If anyone has any details about Yong Sheng new old stock, I just love to know. It's just something I'm just learning about a little bit. But yeah, I am really always interested to see what people ink up, and I don't know, do people stick to a certain number? I don't really. I can't be that consistent. I know it's usually between like 5 and 7, but then sometimes I do randomly ink up others along the way, or if I'm really not enjoying something, I will empty it. I'm not going to like power through. But yeah, I'm always interested in kind of what other people have going on. You can see bits of the shimmer coming through. I'm excited to see how that goes. I hope everyone's going really well. Filming this on a Sunday. It was really dreary this morning and the sun's come out now. So I'm hoping it's at least a little bit sunny where you are, and everyone's staying safe. And I'll speak to you guys soon.